Hey guys, we're going to go through this together today. Happy Friday. Today is actually Sunday. It's Sunday, and I'm doing my Friday video for this Friday because I have got so much stuff out here. That plus I'm using a new camera, and I have used this before in the past, and then for some reason I quit using it. And I noticed that like Karen Britchick, Tamara Kalinick, so many people, especially people that vlog a lot, use this camera. It's the DJI Osmo or something. So I have spent 2 days relearning how to use this. So because of that, I don't have anything to clip my light on. So we're gonna wing it today. It's one of those times where you think, why did I do this to myself? Why didn't I just practice one day? But this is kind of like jumping in to learn how to swim. So I did get this in PR. It is the new Too Faced Born This Way foundation. The funny thing is, last time I was in Ulta, the girl that is a rep there, we tried and tried to find my shade, and we could not do it. We were like matching it up against the Ambient in shade 8 and Estee Lauder Double Wear in shell beige, and we couldn't find it, but they sent me sand, and I think it might work. It might be ever so slightly dark, but by the time I go in with my concealer and everything, it may work. I will try it. The new part of it is 24-hour wear and hydration in an undetectable finish. That sounds like a lot, doesn't it? So it's supposed to, compete with the long wear foundation. So we shall see. I'll be trying that. I just did not want to try it today. I am going to see my friend Tracy tonight when she gets in at the beach, and we'll go into my hair in a minute. So there goes that. So like I said, Tracy is coming tonight, and she's going to be staying at the beach. So last night when I took a shower, I thought I am not even fixing my hair because we had already discussed that we would either sit out on her balcony, we might walk down to a restaurant that I like, or we're just going to be, chilling. And then tomorrow she's coming over here. She's going to kind of go through my house. And if we have time or we feel like it, we're going to do that Q&A video. So I let my hair dry naturally, and this is what we ended up with. Look, okay, I have extensions in. This is how curly all of my new hair is. It is just insane how curly it is. So I just put it up and thought that's going to be good for today because it's not going to get any better. You know what I mean? It's when we go down to the beach, and especially with it raining. So that's what I've got going on here. Okay, today I have on this is my Poochie necklace that I bought this year. And then this is one of my favorite blazers that I got at Aritzia, and it's the oversized one. Matter of fact, this is the extra small. I hope they still sell it. And then, let's see, I'm going to tilt you down. I appreciate your patience here. I'm going to tilt you down to see these pants that are amazing. These are from H&M. So I have a lot of H&M stuff here. And these are just some pull-on little inexpensive pants. But you know how I've been telling you this type of pant is so in style right now. Well, this is even better because it's like a full length, and I feel like they're a little bit more wearable, and I just love them. Now, these flip-flops, they go on with another story. So let me sit down and we'll do the flip-flop story because it's kind of, my flip-flop story is kind of complicated. So I did a little deep thinking on my whole flip-flops this season. They've been so popular. They're more, I think, socially and fashionably acceptable this year than they have been in a long time, here where I live at the beach, I've always worn them. But this is something I have noticed. Last time when Brooke and I went to Boston, I wore my tikis. And I will tell you, tikis they're the prettiest ones, and they are comfortable day to day. They were not good walking shoes. I already kind of have a flat foot walk, and they hurt one of my feet. It is still hurting where I wore those walking so long that day. And it just made me start thinking, because as soon as I came home, of course I wanted to still put on some flip-flops, but I didn't want to put on those. So I ended up putting on these, which are the Dolce & Gabbana Havaianas from last year. This year, they didn't carry these exact ones. They had the ones with the fur, and I did get those, but I won't wear those until fall. And I feel fall in the air. I feel it and I see it in the way the sun is coming in my house. I love it. So I was thinking about that. And when I was wearing these, I was thinking, wow, these are so much cushier and softer than the tikis. And then I noticed these are so much cushier and softer than these. These are my typical go-to Havaianas I've always worn, and they're the slim. And I noticed that the leopard ones aren't the slim. They're the regular. Have I lost you? So this is what I have decided. I ordered, they had like a good sale, and they're not that expensive. I ordered the black with the gold Havaiana. That's what I'm going to wear today. And then I ordered these, the Form Rio. And these are just the good old regular, most basic Havaiana style. They're not the slim. They're not tiki. They're not anything else, but they are the softest and the most comfortable. Now, I know everybody's going to be saying Archies and Fit Flops and all of that stuff. I have to like how they look too. And I like the Archies. I did get those. I know Jennifer Aniston has made them wildly popular, but I don't like the way they look as much. My favorite is the Tikis are the prettiest, but the Havaianas are my favorite. So I just thought that was so pretty. And it kind of reminded me of the Dolce & Gabbana ones that I love so much too. So that is that. And then I'm going to wear these today. And okay, so now let's get started on just some things. I've got 2 pair of boots. I've got H&M. I've got a Nordstrom haul. I've got so much stuff. This is my favorite soap for the shower. I've gone through, I'm probably about right here now, and I love it. It's the Bioderma Soothing Lipid Replenishing Cleansing Oil for body, face, and hands. I only use it for my body, and of course, you could put it at the sink for your hands. And there have been times where I got in the shower and I didn't have my face wash in there. It was one time when I ran out. And I did use this on my face and it didn't break me out. I've done that maybe 2 or 3 times just in a pinch, but I love it. I just feel like it's not stripping. It's easy, because it's this big old thing sitting there with a pump, and I use it to just clean all my parts. And then if I want to use like the Chanel or something, fabulous like that, I can mix it or just use those to shave my legs or whatever. But anyway, I love it, love it. Okay, my tooth fairy sent me some more stuff for our trip coming up, and I'm going to leave her code down below. So she sent me the teeth whitening breath strips. This is the Burst, and her name is Joanne, and she is our personal tooth fairy, and she is a hygienist. So we were talking the other day, I was telling her Brooke just got Invisalign again. Well, she didn't have Invisalign. She had braces when she was younger. Of course, she hated them. And then she wouldn't wear and lost her retainer. Brooke loved to chew up her retainer. And so we're doing Invisalign right now. So we were talking about that. And then remember, she sent Brooke and I a travel toothbrush. Well, she sent one for John and Will. John was excited about that when he saw it. And then these are the bleaching trays. These things work so good. They're like paraffin wax, and they already have the stuff in there. It tells you which one is the top, which one is the bottom, and you just keep them in. A lot of times I'll put them in before I get in the shower. That way, if you have to spit some out, you can. I know that's gross, but you know what I mean. And I think it's just 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes. So by the time I get out, dry off and get going good, it's time to spit these out right in the sink. Then I brush my teeth, and then I just throw the wax things away. So thank you so much, Joanne, for all of this. We are going to use it. And honestly, I was telling John, the other toothbrushes that she has sent me were the kind that you charge. And these are, I think, battery. Yeah, powered by Duracell. I kind of like these. I kind of like the idea of not having the charger. So I am excited for these, and she does have a discount. I'll put the code below. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Okay, these are a pair of jeans that I got from Nordstrom. They actually came to me from Seven for All Mankind. Okay, Seven, that was my first pair of designer jeans. I will never forget, I used to get my hair cut at a place at the beach, and there was a place next door. Actually, I think it was the original Oliver before I knew the owners. And those were my first high-end jeans, were Seven jeans. So how long ago was that? Probably at least 20 to 25 years ago. I'm thinking 25 years ago. So I have like a feeling about Seven, and these are fabulous. First of all, they are very, very like soft and worn in, and they're just like a mid-rise wide leg. And I tried them on with these fabulous, inexpensive shoes from H&M. I mean, these were a nice, nice surprise. And I'm very, very thankful because there were many things in that order that you will never see because they were so junky. But I thought about it and I thought, especially, I mean, from any place, you can't expect to like everything, but there are a few things that I thought were just the matter of fact, I had not planned on ordering anything from H&M, but they got me with an email. And I'll show you the dress, and it looked so pretty and kind of couture looking, almost Zimmerman looking, and I really do like it. And so I just went on the website and placed a whole big order. Well, I've got a huge bag of stuff going back. I'll show you, I'll put a picture in here of 3 dresses I had high hopes for, and I knew they were going to be, inexpensive and not the best quality, but I was hoping they'd at least have the weight to them to be a layer, just like a starting point. And I would put stuff over it. You'll see me in a lot of this footage where I'm trying to put different jackets and stuff over things. That's what I did yesterday. And they were just so, for lack of a better word, junky. They were like that kind of satin that won't even hang right. It's like something you would get at a carnival. Have I made my point? So anyway, that is going back, but I did love these jeans. And I thought these shoes were just a wonderful surprise when I put these on. And I loved how bendy they are. I think they are really kind of high-end looking. And a shoe like this, you're only going to want, the cool thing is for like that much to show out of your jeans anyway, or your pants. So this is perfect. A good old sling back with, does it have elastic? Yep, has elastic right there. That is a winner. Okay, L'Occitane, they have been so good to me. Thank you, L'Occitane. They sent me a little care package, and they sent their supple skin oil in their just classic scent. It was in my favorites. If you didn't see that, I'll put it right here. Sorry, I'm getting confused where to look at the camera. And I'm almost through with the shimmery oil. So I will probably use this next. And it does have a really comforting scent. It's very warm. Almond is a warm scent. And then they sent me their body cream and then a refill of their soap. Okay, one of you guys sent me here's my Mr. Haney voice. You sent me a picture of this, and I think you saw it on the Anthropology website or something, but of course I just went straight to Amazon and ordered it on our Prime account. But oh my gosh, this sucker is big and nice. So it is the handbag book, 400 designer bags that changed fashion. And remember when you're leaving it out, you don't have to leave it like this. You can open it to a good page and leave it and have some different color and things like that. But oh my gosh. Okay, I opened it right to Fendi, which is one of my favorites. And what did I mark here? Must have been something. I see Chanel Classics. Oh yeah. Okay, I did mark the 22 bags. So it's very, very current. And that one right there, that is a beautiful color. They even tell you like what year. Which one is that? I think this is the light and supple leather from 2022 is when they came out. I don't know what color that is. Oh, it does say 2022. I wonder if it just means that color. I haven't ever gotten one of the really small ones, the minis, but let me see if I can find one more thing that's so beautiful to show you. Don't you love looking at beautiful things? Oh my gosh, there's some more Fendi. Okay, we know I love Fendi. Oh, the saddlebags. The saddlebags. Look at that. So if you are a handbag lover, oh my gosh, this book is no joke. And I think it's pretty. And I love how kind of high contrast and bold it is. It's kind of a statement. It would look really good on like a black table. Okay, here are my Gucci stickers. And they got here so quick. There's just something about ordering luxury things. They get here quickly. They arrive in this beautiful box, with all of the beautiful packaging. And look at these stickers. They came in this cool box. And this is the iconic handbags celebration decals. And here they are. So the reason I got these is to put on my luggage. One of you said that made me a target, but I think I'm not a scaredy cat, and I wasn't planning on putting them all over. I just wanted to put a couple so that I could recognize my luggage, especially up by the handle when it's coming around. And then John kind of ruined it for me because I went and showed him. I was so excited. And I said, look, these are Gucci luggage stickers. And he said, is your luggage Gucci? I said, no, it's Quince. So now he's messed me up. Is it tacky? Do you think it's tacky to put Gucci stickers on a Quince piece of luggage? I did notice that each place kind of has their own stickers. Like I think there was a is it Rimowa? Tell me what you think about that. Such a man. But the horse bit, Gucci love, Gucci love, Gucci love. This is I have this in pink. Is that the Jackie? I think it's the Jackie bag. I love the bamboo handles. The horse bit again. That's nice and classic. And then I guess that's a decal too. But I don't know. They thrill me. You know how I love stuff like this. And it's the girl in me. We all love stickers. So I will see what I end up doing with that. But let me know below if you would. I mean, of course, I don't feel like I've got to go get Gucci luggage because here's the thing, I wouldn't mind spending money on luggage, but it's going to get so dirty. And I do not want, to me, it defeats the purpose of having the fabulous, beautiful luggage if I have to put a cover on it. And I don't want to take that time. I'm kind of freaky when I get in the airport. I have to make myself stop to go to the bathroom. I am ready to get my luggage, get in a taxi, and get out of there. So anyway, let me know what you would do. Okay, speaking of beauty, my lip combo today is Chanel. Is it Pavoine? Pavoine? I don't know. It's Pivoine. Oh, I don't think I have this. This one does set up too where I can do the product showcase. I'm just going to have to find out how. I think it's doing it though. I think it's doing it. Okay, I would say this is my favorite lip liner from Chanel. And it may be closer like to the nude. I love it. I've bought this. Sometimes when I go out of town, I don't take it. And then I'll go in the Chanel store. Never fails. I'll ask the girl what lip combo she has on. And it's this and Mary Rose. But they don't sell Mary Rose anymore, the long-lasting lip. But this is just a really good lip liner. Here, let me swatch it for you. See how it's very similar to the old nude, just not as shimmery maybe. So that's what I would get until mine come out, because mine will not be out. The sad news is until November. It has been just one of those things. Let me just tell you, the whole shipping escapade didn't help. Okay, so now the lipstick I have on is just such a favorite. It's the 250 Tender Mirage by Lancome. And it is, let's put it right here. I've shown it to you so many times. I think it was in my favorites too. But it feels so good. It is just one of those good lipsticks. Okay, Dean Davidson sent me some of his new goodies today. The boxes are beautiful. That's why I showed it to you. That really rich cobalt blue. And they asked me to pick some pieces, and that's why I don't have a ring on today. And this is the OPI Cajun Shrimp. Okay, this one I got to go on, I think, this finger. And it is just, I think it's the Nomad collection. And then this plaza ring. How beautiful is that? And I'm just all about the whole Chloe look. And I feel like that goes with that. And then beads. Beads are back. pearls, beads, long necklaces, long earrings. Like these are old Jenny Bird that I pulled out because I'm on the hunt for some good long earrings like this. So these I don't think are available anymore. And then look at this bracelet. I'm not even a brown girl, but I love a just elastic, throw on, nice, genuine stone bracelet like this. I mean, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And then here is the necklace to match. Really doesn't match me today, but I thought it was so beautiful. Look at the chain. And his catches are always really nice and easy. It has stopped raining. People are walking by with their dogs. So you can adjust it. I would want it longer, probably. Let me put it on so I can show you. Yeah, so pretty. And you know, my favorite earrings of all times are his large knockout, like his signature knockout studs in large. So thank you to Dean and the team for sending this to me. We have been together a long time. I first discovered his jewelry in Oliver here locally, and I bought one of the necklaces and a castle ring, and I bought it for my first ever kind of like, it was with Hourglass. It was when Hourglass first came out, and they invited me to go to kind of like an Hourglass meet and greet at Sephora in Raleigh. And so I was so excited and so flattered, and John took me shopping, and we got that, and then I showed it to you guys, and then Dean reached out, and the rest is history. So thank you to Dean and the team. Okay, so now let's go over some clothes. I showed you this dress that I bought in the like washed black. I showed that to you last week. I put a picture in here. This is from Everlane. They are on sale and it's no returns, but I bought one and I got the other colors and I love this. I'm going to wear it with a belt, and you know, it's all about the layering now. We're going into pre-fall. I know it's still hot, but in my mind, it is pre-fall, and I think it really is. So we're going to be working on these transition pieces. And you guys, it is just so nice. It really is. So soft. And then this, the butter color. So I'm looking forward to playing with this with boots and a big shaggy long coat or a long blazer or something like that. I just love like how the top of it is just beautiful. And they were not, you know, crazy expensive. And then this, Brooke, my daughter, loved this. I wore it the other day and took a picture. They've got another one where the car is another color, but there's something about this green I am just crazy about. I love Gucci green. It's like Japanese beetle green. That's my southern coming out. And I love cars. I love the whole Portofino, Italy, all that. I just thought that would be so cool to layer underneath like this blazer or a moto jacket or anything. Just like that little thing will add so much interest. And then this is the dress that started the H&M haul. And I felt like it was kind of couture looking. It's so nice. I actually did a video in this dress. I'll put some of the try-on footage in here. I'll just mute it. But after I did the video, I didn't want to post it. It was just one of those things. It was like a talking video. And I think it was on the Soft Life. And I felt like I had convincing energy. And I don't like convincing energy. I like sharing. I like when someone asks me something and then I can share. If I start talking about things like that and I get into that kind of convincing mode, I don't like it. It doesn't feel as good. So I didn't end up posting the video, but I did wear this dress with my boots, and it is so nice. It is so thick. It's completely lined and zips up the back. I am excited about this. I might take this to New York with me. That's what I thought. In my mind, things are either for New York or here, of course. And I don't know. We'll go into the whole, let me know down below if you guys ever think about your fantasy self or your future self or the combination of the two. I know everyone doesn't think about stuff like that as much as I do, but I've been thinking about it a lot for the past, ever since I started watching the Capsule Wardrobe, they really are really negative about your fantasy self. And I just don't feel that way. So I love my fantasy self. And so I want to talk about that if you want to hear it. Okay, another pair of these pants that I have on. I will say these are somewhat see-through. Like I mean, I'll wear them and be just fine. I put them with just a little cashmere sweater because I think that's how these are going to look. Like when I tried these on, I had on, it's a Isabel Marant, really fabulous sweatshirt. It was the first time I even took the tags off of it. I got it at Bergdorf when John and I went last year, and I love it. I'm so glad I didn't get rid of that in my burnout meltdown at the beginning of the year because I was thinking I don't even like sweatshirts, but that one I really like. Hoodies are hard for me. I like the way they look, but I don't like the way they feel. But anyway, so that's what I wore in the try-on with this. You could put these with boots, anything, but I just love the feeling and the flow of these pants. So think about even a little jacket, a denim jacket, your moto, anything. They're very, very, very Chloe-esque in that boho vibe. This I thought was really beautiful too. So this gives that look of kind of like a short trench, but it is this heavy, heavy satin material. Like this is nice. This is beautifully done. Gorgeous. Like this would look so good with a pencil skirt, like a burgundy pencil skirt, or even with your jeans and a pair of boots. There's a lot you can do with this. You can leave it open, but I like it buttoned all the way up and worn almost as like a top. Oh my gosh. And this just begs to be worn with like really cool hair or maybe even a hat or something, or completely messy hair. You could go either way, but this I was really, really happy with. I don't know if any of you got that dress or that blouse that I wore when I was getting so into, is when Pamela Anderson came back on the scene and she had that variety piece. It was before she quit wearing all makeup. It was a little bit of a Pammy but lighter look, and I bought something like this and I loved it. That's what it reminds me of. It's that thick, thick, nice satin. Okay, I'm gonna throw you a curve here. I told you when I showed you the Jeffrey Campbell boots that I had ordered a couple of other pair that are much, much less expensive. I think the Jeffrey Campbells were more than I thought at the time. They were 200 and something, but they're just perfect. Like they are perfection. They are just what I wanted for the look. But these are coconuts and they are not bad. What I like about them is most of the time when you see a boot like this, they expect you to put your foot in there, and what's crazier is they expect it to come out. But these actually zip. So let me put these on and I'll be right back. And then look at this. See how they have that exposed, but it's not exposed, it's like contrast stitching. These are the ones I was saying are so like Chloe 70s. Think of that caramel suede, the butterscotch suede, the American Hustle, just all of that. I mean, these are so worth the money. They were less than $100. And these are true to size. The Jeffrey Campbell, I always size up half. I have learned that unless you have a really narrow foot, you have to size up half. So I'm going to look crazy because I've got one on each foot, but kind of cool too because it shows you how these would look with these pants. But let me make sure they show. Yes. I swear I don't need 2 pair of red boots, you guys, but I hate to send these back because they are just, I mean, jeans, this boot coming out, maybe with like even those jeans with a wide cuff or your jeans cuffed up, and these boots coming out, and a sweatshirt, a sweater, a trench coat, a fur coat, anything. That's the beauty of fall, and just so comfortable. I mean, they're not like super padded, but my toes not touching the end, and they're really, really, really soft. Let me see if I can, let me show you the red one close up. Zipper, zips good. Believe me, I know about all this stuff. I pay attention to all those details. Let's see. Yeah, rubbery bottom. I don't see any big glue funk hanging out or anything. These are nice cheap shoes. They are much nicer than most Zara shoes, I'll say that for sure. So if you liked those other red ones, but you didn't want to spring for it, okay, here's something different. These have a little bit of a smaller heel and a covered red heel. The other ones have black. Does that mean I need to keep them both? Okay, so I hope that you like these. Okay, gonna get personal here, but I feel strongly about loving your layers. You need to love what's inside. I want you to love what you put on your skin. I want you to love your undies, love your pajamas, love all of that stuff. So I want to share that stuff. I got these little silky socks to wear with boots. I don't really like knee socks. Usually, I don't like socks, period, but sometimes you need them so that you can get your foot out of a boot. But in the winter, when it's really cold, I do like the cashmere socks, but I just liked those. This is from Nordstrom. Then I placed an order for more of these Chantel undies. They're one size. I would say one size fits most. My favorite, most impressive ones are the retro thong, and you see why. Okay, look at how far they stretch, and see, they give that smoothing. Instead of it showing, like underneath, there's really ribbed, tight, kind of not really bodycon, but body skimming dresses, like the Skims lounge dress or the Quince one or the one I got from Aerie. This is nice because it gives you just a little bit of a smoothing there. So I think I got several pair of those. And then just for old time's sake, these have always been my favorites. The little hanky-panky boy shorts. I sleep in like a full panty at night. And then I got their full-on high-waist brief. They go from extra small to extra large. And I always love this color. It reminds me of an old Trish McEvoy eyeshadow. Do you guys remember that color, Blackberry Granite? I loved that color, and they don't sell it. I looked for it again when we went to the Nordstrom sale in Boston, and the girl didn't know what I was talking about. But that was a good shadow. I think I still have it. But so these are the high. Sometimes I just like putting on something like that at night. I don't want to be all thonging at night. And then I had to get this pack of Skims with all of the wild colors. And this is my go-to. My go-to every day, just fits everybody thong in small. And I think I got a lot of this stuff right at the end of the anniversary sale, and I got these on sale. I know the undies I did. And so I hope that they're still available. But, you know, my friend Sheila Fajl travels a lot. And when I met her in Miami, I had 3 suitcases. And she was like, what? She was so, her head about exploded. Well, I was taking everybody's advice. I had not traveled a lot, and I was using packing cubes and doing this and doing that. And so she gave me an in-depth lesson on packing. And because she travels state to state to state and sometimes to a different country with the same luggage. And so she gave me a good packing, and I talked about that in one of my packing videos, but one of the things she taught me is washing your undies when you take a shower. And she said that way she could, you know, keep wearing hers. I don't do that because I'm not going from state to state to state, but I still like doing that so I don't have to take them home worn. And I know that that might be TMI, but to me, that is such a relief. So, and these dry very quickly right on the like shower knob. Okay, back to some fashion. You can tell my whole table has been covered in this stuff. So I was so looking forward to putting all this up. This is very similar to the other dress, but with no sleeves. And when I wore this, I will say, this is more of that, it almost looks like crinkled silk a little bit. The beauty is the print. My goodness, you guys, this is just gorgeous. It is a little bit more like this than I thought. So you'll see me struggling because I put on, I think, the moto, and then I might have put on the standout blazer. I think what would look best with this is a black cashmere, black or cream, or maybe if you wanted to pick up one of those dusty pink colors, I would do black cashmere cardigan or shrug or wrap. But I thought, wow, this is just so pretty for H&M, like so high fashion and designer looking. Just really nice. I mean, just even I hope that the texture is picking up here because it just really, really is pretty. This I had high hopes for, and I will say it came through. This is something very, very simple, but you know how I am. I like things like this, and then you layer. You layer with whatever blazer, your moto jacket, your leather blazer, your fur, black faux fur, your black boots, or you could do it with a big, long, camel colored cardigan. But what I liked about it the most, you know, I'm a sleeve sucker. I love the long sleeves and the black button. Like that button just makes it. And there's only one black button up here. I did not button it all the way, but I think that's a look. I think that does make it look even more expensive and even nicer. And just the way the seams are, it's just really, really nice. And I am going to really embrace the tights this year and try to wear more things like this in the fall, because when it gets to be winter, you know, nobody's really going to do that. And I used to love wearing pantyhose. That was like, I remember having that little card where you checked them off and you bought so many, you got some free ones. Silk Reflections were my hose of choice, and I love wearing pantyhose and tights. So I'm going to try to do that more this fall and then embrace all of my boots. Okay, Adidas. Adidas is really, they are really doing well. And you know who else? I was watching some of those videos of what people are wearing in New York, and they stopped a guy. I can't remember, it was Gotham something, his channel. Stopped a guy, and the guy had a yellow Lacoste handbag. It is so pretty. It comes in many other colors. I'm going to link the small and the large below. So chic. Lacoste is trying to get in on the whole mixing fashion, kind of like my Adidas Gucci boots and things like that. So this is the other sweater that I got. And I can't decide if I like the blue one. I showed you the blue one last week. This is the pink. And oh my gosh, I just love it. Love it. I think the blue one sold out almost immediately, but I am going to share this with Brooke too, because I know she's going to like that. Okay, this was a letdown. It's a whole suit, a whole little suit. Keyword being little. What size did I get? Small. Okay, that's fair. I can give it small. When I opened it up, I thought, oh my God, this is like the size of my niece, who's 12. But it's this, I mean, taking it back, Juicy Couture. And then these pants. And you guys, I mean, can you just see how snugly soft this is? So these are the flare, like, I don't know if you'd call them leggings or sweats. Flared pant, small. Why did I get small? I got mediums in the sweaters because I feel like if I put this on, it would look like I was taking hip hop lessons and I was at my recital or something. It would not give me the look that I want. So let me know, do you think I should order this in the medium? I do feel like it's so soft, but is it, it's definitely, see, I wanted to zip it up and wear it as like a travel outfit. Let me know what you think. It is, gosh, when you touch it, you'll see why I love it so much. Okay, I am praying these are still available. Look at these jeans. They call them denim track pants. They are so cool. I wore these to get my hair done the other day with just one of my favorite AYR t-shirts, and that's all you need. I mean, look at these jeans. They are so cool. I just love them. Like, look at the detail on the little snap. The Adidas back here. I did get my typical size 27, and they fit good. If you look at the picture on the Nordstrom website, you'll see they fit me like they fit the model. The thing is, that day I wore flip-flops, and every day I think I might get a pedicure. So I wear flip-flops and loose pants, but I didn't. And they're long. They'll look good with boots or sneakers. like some really good, my favorite style of sneakers is always going to be like my Gucci ones, more of the jogging style that are more slim. I think when I started wearing like the Air Force One and the Nike Dunks, that's the style. It's not that I don't like them. I still have my Valentine ones, but they're not as comfortable. They're not as comfortable as a good old kind of like that jogging or trainers. I think that's probably what they're called. I'm not an expert on all that. But anyway, these are super cool. Okay, and then last but not least, I ordered a new travel pillow. Okay, I'm a diehard Sleep and Glow pillow girl, but I use this when we're watching TV or if I'm taking a nap or if I'm sick. Like if I need my head to be tilted up, because I can see how if you didn't like the Sleep and Glow that you thought it was just too flat to the bed, but I think that's one of the things I like about it. But when I'm just watching TV or I need my head up a little bit, I use this, and mine has gotten so old. And little tip, it comes with like a wash bag. This never gets that clean, and it is hard to take on and off the foam that's in it. So put a case over this. Find some kind of makeshift little pillowcase to put over it. It won't look as good, but it's hard to wash this. And mine just is permanently dingy just from my skin. So I ordered a new one, and I thought I might give it a whirl to pack with it and take it with me instead of having to take my whole big Sleep and Glow. So that is the thinking on that, but I do like it. It's the exact same one I ordered before. That's what I do. I love the way Amazon keeps everything you've ever ordered. That's how I find like 50% of what I get for you guys or what I link for you guys. Okay, that is it. So let me know down below, what was your favorite? What did you like? What do you think? What did I ask you about? What did you think about my luggage and all of that good stuff? And I think I'll probably see you one time before this video, but if I don't, then I'll see you next week. Okay, thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.